Dr. Kersey, and I'm here to do an evaluation for you, a little demonstration. I have a young lady here that has some real life issues that we want to look into, some health issues, and we're going to do an evaluation using muscle response analysis, and we're going to see what we find when we do this analysis. Okay, I'm going to take this leg here, and I'm going to push this ankle towards this ankle, and I want you to resist as hard as you can. Okay, hold. Okay, and I notice that she has no strength there at all. And I like to always have them try once more, as hard as you can. Hold. Okay, and what'd you feel? No ability. We'll do her left side. Okay, hold. And I notice that's very good. That's how it should look. There should be no movement, no mushy feeling to the muscle. Let's try once more. Hold, and that's good. Okay, now I'm going to try 2 more muscles. Like this. I'm going to push straight down. Hold. And okay, I could not push that down. Let's try this side. Okay, hold. Okay, try it real hard again. Give you another chance. Hold. Okay, she has no strength in this muscle, and she has no strength in the side muscle of the thigh. So we automatically know something is not right on the right side versus the left side. So we got to look into that. Now turn over in your tummy. We're going to check one more muscle. We're going to check the left side first. A lot of people call this the hamstrings. You may recognize that name. Okay, I'm going to push straight down. You hold as hard as you can. Hold. Okay. It's a little mushy, but not too bad. Should be better, but not bad. Let's compare it. Okay, hold. Okay, try real hard. Hold. And she can't. She's having some trouble. And I was barely pushing. I pushed the leg right down. If you're welcome to try this at home. You could even have a child do this, and you'll find out that even children, you have a hard time pushing, like a 7, 8-year-old child, you'll have trouble pushing your leg down. These muscles are extremely powerful, and you notice I pushed her right down. So we know that something's not right on this right side. So what we're going to do is do a demonstration to show how you at home can actually rebalance this, and we'll also explain how that works and why it works. Okay, with any health issue, we found that whether to get well, you need to do 1 step, 2 steps, 5 steps, whether it deals with nutrition, diet, whatever it is, we found out that the beginning point, the starting point, is to balance the energy fields of the body, the energy centers. We found out when you do that, everything else seemed to work better, everything falls into place. So what we're going to do is, we're going to introduce to you and show you how we use a quantum energy device and balancing discs that are specifically made to balance the energy points of the body, which basically what that does is it balances the knees, it balances the structure of the pelvis, the entire spine, including the neck, and the base of the skull. So basically we're going to balance energy points, and when that happens, the body then rearranges itself to match that corrected energy field. Okay, so we're going to see how that works for her. I'm going to have her do it as if she was at home and she wanted to do the balancing herself. So I'm going to have her simply take the brown colored balancing disc. I want you to just hold that there and just take this and just aim it right into there. And we're going to have her push the button for 10 seconds. Okay, go ahead and pull.
For 10?
Yep.
Done?
That's good. Now do the other knee and pull the button. Now, we're going to have her do 20 seconds using the red color-coded disc, and she's going to place it just a little bit above the pubic bone. That's perfect. Go ahead and aim that, pull the button, and we'll count off 20 seconds. And while she's doing that, I'll explain what's happening. The quantum energy device is a power source, and it uses piezoelectric energy. It actually has a C-cell battery in the handle, and we've also modified that. It has crystals and other things we use to program with. So it's like a proprietary device that we've developed in our laboratory, and that energy is going to go into that disc, which we've downloaded using some special proprietary equipment and computerized devices. Using subtle energy, we have actually programmed crystals, much the same way that people download information into a CD or a DVD. And she's actually putting that energy into the body. The body's reading that, and there are changes going on right now within her structure. Okay, good. We're now going to have her do the right on the chest, and that's going to balance the mid back. Okay, we'll give it about 10 seconds. Good. Now we want her to balance also the shoulders. So we're talking the entire shoulder, what they call the shoulder girdle. So she's going to go ahead and put energy into that. About 10 seconds is usually good.
If you go longer, does it?
You can go longer, it doesn't hurt anything. If you go under, that makes a difference. Okay, now let's move that to the other shoulder. She could be evaluated to find out just exactly where it needs to go, but again, if you're sitting at home, you have nobody to help you, you don't know exactly what's going on in the body, you can go ahead and do a complete balancing. Okay? If for some reason, if you're thinking, gee, what if I balance an area that was good? This has no effect. It will not cause a problem. Okay? Right in front of the throat. And what we're balancing is actually what's called the cervical spine. That's your neck, the neck area.
Mm. It's going to help my thyroid too.
There's no telling. Yeah, you've noticed I was careful not to talk about just aches and pains. This is very, very powerful for aches and pains. And it's very, very powerful for what doctors refer to as musculoskeletal complaints. That's like joints, muscles, ligaments, etc. Okay, good. But you notice I didn't say that because when you balance these energy points, they affect everything. Everything, the organs, circulation, skin, the whole thing, because everything's tied in with posture. Okay? And now what we'll do is we will do a reevaluation and see what we notice. Okay, this is Dr. Kersey again, and just to review, I went on ahead and I had this young lady here that is having some health issues. I showed her how to use the quantum energy device and the special balancing discs that are designed for the posture. We have probably 100 different discs, but these are made just for the posture. We had her use that, and now I want to see how this evaluation compares to the first one. The first one we had some issues. Just to review for you, we had weakness on the right side of the body pretty much. All the muscles of the leg and the hip, she had no strength at all there. And so what we'll do is reevaluate and see if we notice something. Okay, I'm going to come down here like we did before. Okay, I'm going to push this ankle towards this ankle. Hold. Okay, now I can't move that. Try again. Hold. Yeah, very, very strong. I'm going to come over here. We'll check the side that was good again. Okay, hold. Okay, it's actually better than it was before. Here's the side she had trouble with. Was this the side you couldn't, remember you couldn't even resist? Right. Okay, let's try now. Hold. And again, hold. I couldn't push that down for $100. Now turn over your tummy. And we want to check those big muscles we call the hamstrings, remember? Okay, we'll start out with the left side. Hold. Okay, that feels even better to me. And here's the side that went right on down. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Hold. And now, I think I could get up and jump up and down on that. It wouldn't come down. So all the muscles immediately strengthened. And the way that happened, the quantum energy device put energy through these programmed discs that we developed, And when that information went into her field, it balanced the energy field of the knees and the feet. It balanced the energy field that supplies energy to the pelvis. It balanced the energy field to the mid-back. And the last one, the blue one, you remember the blue one, it balanced the energy to the cervical spine, or what some people call the neck. Okay? And after doing that, we immediately rechecked her, and what we discovered was all our indicators shows us that everything changed, and now everything is back into balance again. Okay. Hi, this is Dr. Kersey again. Just to review, we had our young lady come in. She was having some health issues, and I wanted to show her how easy it was for her to use a quantum energy device and the balancing discs. So on her demo, you saw that she simply used them. That was the first time she'd ever seen them. I gave them to her. She used them. I kind of showed her where to put them. And you noticed that how easy it was. Then when I reevaluated, we found out that everything rebalanced. All the muscles that were weak got strong. What that tells us is that the muscles are not only stronger, but also the bones move and they shift and the posture changes. Those are not easy to show in a video, but any professional that works with the body, the spine, massage therapist, physical therapist, chiropractic physician, all those people can reevaluate and evaluate the body, and they could tell you that the bones actually change position. Everything realigns itself. So the energy rebalances, the body follows suit and realigns, and then we have some interesting effects after that happens. Speaking of effects, let me introduce you. Tell me a little bit what you do for a living and what your background is.
I teach yoga and Pilates. I'm always in my body, so I've been teaching for over many years.
Okay, so she's during her background, she would be able to tell us exactly what she noticed before and after. So what were you experiencing before you balanced yourself, and what did you notice after you balanced yourself?
So my right hip has been bothering me, and it bothers me on and off a lot.
Yeah.
And so it was tight, definitely tight. And then my shoulder, then it was tight, and then my neck.
Okay.
And so and it was my right hip was talking to my man. I could feel it. It wasn't, so it's like.
And what did you notice anything as you were doing the balancing?
I did. I felt like when I was doing, maybe when I was on this one or something, I totally felt like things, I was like, oh my God, are things really moving around in there?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Because I was like, I did feel something. I wasn't sure. It just felt like things were.
Most people do notice something.
Yeah.
And what did you notice afterwards, as far as how you felt?
Yeah, that it's not talking to me. My hip is totally, that feeling is not. And then when I think when you tested me that last time, that's when I felt even things moving around more. Like, oh no, I felt myself, it's like my whole hip area was letting go.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there was a holding, and all of a sudden it was letting go.
And this discomfort you noticed, on a scale of 0 to 10, what was the comfort level before and after, would you say?
I'm so used to holding on to pain or something, but I mean, again, 5 to 8, it was definitely maybe an 8, you know, and now it's not even a 3 or a 2. I mean,
yeah,
pretty awesome.
And we've noticed just from doing lots and lots of people with this, we found that as a general rule, usually about 24 hours after they balance, things are like 10 times better. So I have no question. Tomorrow, we could certainly do another video if we wanted to, but tomorrow, if I call her, she'll say, well, that 2 is now a 0. So it was like an 8 and went to a 2 instantly, and you saw how easy it was for her to do that. She did not have to take training or seminars or anything. And once you have the equipment, basically you're balancing yourself for free. You don't have to go anywhere to have it done. You can do it right in your own home. You can also balance your family, your friends. It's totally safe, so it works with, you can use it on children. It's nothing you have to worry about hurting anyone, because it balances only energy. It will only balance energy if there's an imbalance. If it's not imbalanced, it'll have no effect. So you can't really go wrong with it. As far as how common this is, uh, it's pretty close to 90-some% of the people off the street have this issue. By issue, I mean these structural issues with the posture. If I were to go to one of our busier malls here and I were to select 100 people at random and just have them come over and I would do an evaluation just like you saw on the previous video, if I were to do that, my guess would be 100 out of 100 people would have an issue of some kind. They may not have pain, but they'll have a positive finding of when I check the strength of the muscles. And from what we've noticed, this works on everyone. So any age, it makes no difference. If a person is in severe pain, which she wasn't, but even if in severe pain, is always the place to start. It doesn't mean don't go to a doctor. It doesn't mean you don't need ice if you've fallen out of a tree. But what it does mean is always include this for any type of trauma, because that affects the energy of the body. And when the energy is affected, then the posture is affected. So very good. I'm glad we had a good result.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. This is Dr. Kersey. And we've had a few people ask if we could do a demo to show that energy actually does emanate from the quantum energy device. So I have a kit here. I'm going to open up and get the quantum energy device. If you haven't seen one, this is what it looks like. We just simply in this video want to show how you can actually measure energy coming from the quantum energy device. There are two ways. First of all, you can use a tri-field meter, and there's settings on here for magnetic fields and electrical fields, and also microwave. We've set this to the electromagnetic setting. So now this is going to measure electromagnetic energy coming off of the quantum energy device. After I do a demonstration with that, in case you're wondering how, if you had one and you wanted to show someone at home that it does create an energy field, how would you demonstrate that? Let's say you're working with somebody that can't actually feel it with their hand. Some people can, some people cannot. If you had someone that couldn't feel it, and you don't want to spend money on a tri-field meter, you simply get an ordinary radio, transistor radio. You switch it on to AM. You then turn the dial all the way to the left to 530, as far as it'll go. And then you can do a demonstration with the quantum energy device with the radio. So first I will do a demonstration with the tri-field meter. I have it switched on, and I'm going to just simply point and activate the button, and you can see when I pull the button, the needle swings to the right, and you'll be able to see that it actually will do that all the way out to about 2 or 3 feet away. Okay, so I can actually move the needle, and I'm 2.5 feet away or so. And of course, the closer I get, the stronger the signal is. And remember, when you're using a quantum energy device, it's either used on the body or it's used with these programmed discs. So the power source is right up against the body. So there's plenty of energy to get the job done. Let me demonstrate the radio. I'm going to switch it over to AM. You turn the volume all the way up so you can hear it. And then I'm just going to simply point and click. And you can hear that it does pick up the energy. So again, we're about 2 feet away or so from the radio. So these are ways you can demonstrate, 2 ways you can demonstrate that the energy does come out of the quantum energy device. There you have it.